Welcome to Deep Thought. Always find out the whole story. You know, this is something I've seen a lot of people do. I've seen people do it for decades. I've seen people do it, especially online. They see part of something, but they don't know the whole story. And then they might even make comments, especially online, about something, which, because they didn't know the whole story, they make the wrong comments, and really it comes back on and makes them look stupid. I thought about this because it was now you got plenty of videos. It's a normal thing now. The thing now is to watch somebody else's video and comment on what they're saying and be like, yeah, or this or that. And you got comment creators making money doing it. Now I was thinking about one. I ain't gonna mention the comment creator's name, but he was going in on a woman who was talking about marriage, like her looks and everything, and how wrong what she was saying. He's attacking it. But it was interesting because him and a couple people in the comments said, "Oh, she ain't married. She ain't married." And I was like, "Well, hold up. Does it change it if she is married with children?" Because I knew of the woman he was talking about, because I follow her, but I also follow her husband. In fact, I follow her husband a bit more because he's both conscious, what I consider conscious, and he's a business person, successful businessman, and he got 2 kids, and they show themselves together a lot. So I'm thinking to myself, the content creator might disagree with her, but she got a good platform. She's actually married with children, what many women want to work for. In fact, there's some people probably call her husband a pretty boy. I'm just saying. And that was just one example, and I thought about that because a lot of times people make comments, they don't know the whole thing. I mean, I've had that happen to me a few times. People make a comment. I was like, well, do you know what I do? Do you know where I live? You just talking. And see, a lot of people get into that, and then people get the wrong idea. But see, here's the thing, though. When you have bad knowledge about something, you can make a mistake, especially if that person comes against you, because you really don't know them. See, it's not even about just respecting the other person. It's about knowing who you're dealing with, because then it can make you look bad. As they say, don't assume, because you make an ass out of you and me. That's a mistake a lot of people make. See, if you want to go into something, like if y'all notice me, y'all notice it's extremely, extremely, extremely rare I will call the name of any content creator or famous celebrity or something, or make a comment. And I've had plenty of people hit me up and say, "Hey, Rom, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?" I was like, I don't know. Or want me to talk about a video. Y'all notice I don't do that. Reason why, I don't know the whole situation. First of all, I don't go off a clip. I don't know the context. I don't know the whole thing. I would have to sit through the whole video. And then, even then, there have been a couple of people I looked into deeper. But see, when I look into someone deeper, I just don't stop with the clip. I be looking them up. I be Googling them and everything. Like, there was a woman, and she was on a video, and it was nothing wrong. It was totally something different, but I thought, it was just a thought. I was like, oh, she married. I was listening to her voice, looking at her. Oh, she married to this type of guy. And I was right on it. I was like, okay, this is the exact type. I said, I knew it from what she said. Now, she ain't give anything, but I said, what she told me, she gave me enough clues. Now, I ain't have anything against the woman. I had zero thing against the woman, but it was just something. I looked deeper. I just didn't just go off of what she was saying. I said, oh, let me see. In fact, what do I tell y'all even with myself? I say, look, go explore it. Go check it out. See what I'm talking about. Don't just sit back and just be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm just going to go on. No, you figure it out. Good or bad. Okay, even in situations where you agree with what the person says, say, what's behind that? There's been times where somebody might say something and I might initially agree, but I say, oh, let me check out, who's this person? Let me see who they are, where they coming from. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay. See, one of the things is when you do research like that, then you have an understanding Okay, what perspective? Because there's no such thing as objective research. No such thing. We can try to say there's objective, but even I don't care who you are, your research is based on some level of subjectivity. You can try to present it as objectively as possible, but ultimately, why you go down this way? Why you ignore this? Why you put this information in? You know, what are you trying to say? You know? It's like, why are you doing this? This is very important. This is very, very important. See, when you're going through life, you need to see the whole picture. You know, like if it just hit me. Like say you going into a neighborhood, right? You looking to move. You seeing a home. You seeing a home, right? In fact, let me use an example. Let me use this example. I had a friend, and she and her children, they needed to move out of where they were. They were able to find this place. And I said to her, and the person was ready to sign her up that day and everything. I said, you need to look around. You need to ask around a bit. And she did so, and ended up going into that place because she looked at the whole story. Because at first it was like, oh, yeah, you can come on in and everything, had an open place. And I was just like, I actually drove by the place. I was like, it's all right, but here's the situation. Then when she did some more exploring, she found out, no, that wasn't a place she needed to go. She looked at the whole story. See, sometimes people just look at the one part, but not the whole thing. Like, why are they doing this? What's their purpose? How is this affecting it? Like the neighborhood thing. Like you go into a neighborhood, the house might be a little inexpensive. Like, why are they trying to sell this house real quick? You know? Well, how much are the other houses? What's going on? Like if I'm going into a neighborhood, like even when I moved here, I didn't just say, oh, great place and everything. I drove through a few times at different times. I was like, oh, okay, nice and quiet, nice and quiet, nice and quiet, no matter what time I drove through. Okay, people seem friendly, people smiling. Okay, boom. Boom. I wouldn't have moved here otherwise. I looked at the whole story. You got to look at the whole story, the whole picture. That's very important. I want y'all to really think about that. Find out the whole thing. Don't just make a comment. Like I said, people send me clips all the time or videos, which they know I don't do responses and all of that because I don't really have time to look at the whole thing. Because if I'm gonna say something about somebody, oh no, I'm gonna have the receipts, everything. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna look at the big picture. I'm gonna say, okay, what's the motivation? And that's important. That's important. I mean, when you're going through life, always find out the whole thing. The whole thing. All right? I can even do that with my videos. I got one video I'm talking about relationships. This one, I'm just throwing different stuff up. But actually, if you look at the big picture, they're all connected. So, anyway, though, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all next week. Peace and blessings.